While you're in the first 5 seconds of the video, go ahead, like and subscribe.
The Lord, the God of this Bible who said you will go into captivity on slave ships, the Lord of this Bible that said your land will be stolen from you, he told you to pray for vengeance. This is not my words. The Lord said, these men, these fugitives that have done these crimes and nobody has held them accountable, you got to pray for that vengeance. We pray when we eat. Thank you for this food we eat. We pray whenever. The Lord said pray. And pray always. Read.
That men ought always to pray and not to faint.
Don't faint. Don't quit. Your prayer haven't been answered. The Lord said still pray. Don't faint. Read.
Saying, there was a city and a judge which feared not God.
There is a city and a judge that feared not God. Read.
Neither regarded men. And there was a widow in that city. A widow in that city. And she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversary.
You hear that? The woman constantly came to this judge and said, avenge me, judge, avenge me. Christ is giving a parable on how we should pray. You hear this? Listen, listen.
And he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not God, nor regard men, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her.
I will what?
I will avenge her.
The Lord said, pray for vengeance. There's no such thing as getting along hand in hand with your enemy who oppressed you. There's no such thing as loving them into submission, because their spirit is not the same as your spirit. The Lord, the God of this Bible who said you will go into captivity on slave ships, the Lord of this Bible that said your land will be stolen from you, he told you to pray for vengeance. This is not my words. The Lord said, these men, these fugitives that have done these crimes and nobody has held them accountable, you got to pray for that vengeance. You hear that? You hear what the Lord said pray for? My brother that took the flower, the Lord said pray for vengeance. Read it again.
And the Lord said, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith, and shall not God avenge his own elect?
You hear that? His elect. Who are the elect? Give me the precept for the elect. The Lord said he's going to avenge his very elect. Hey, my brother with the fro, what's your name? I'm Officer Yoka now. What's your name? Say, you Daniel? Kenny. Your father, your mother at home? When you get home, show them this information. Show them you ran across the Israelites and they showed you who you were according to the Bible. I want you to hold that. Where do you find yourself on this side? What's your father? Is he a black guy, Jamaican? He's black. What does black mean? What is that? Have you ever asked your father where's his homeland at? Never thought about it, right? Don't you know everybody has a homeland, a place of origin? What's our place of origin? You don't know, right? It's black. You know what black means? Black means lost. Black means negative. Black means nothing. Black means nothing. You understand that? So they're trying to tell you you're nothing. They even give you a nothing month. They even tell you to have nothing power. They say black power, that's nothing power. Because black amounts to nothing. Right? So the Lord said you are something, you are somebody, you are his children. You are called after his name. And there's a certain thing that you, your father, your family, your cousin, your sisters, your brother, everybody in your house should be doing. And that's listening to him. Would you say our people as a whole listen to God? Because what are some things that God say? I know you know it. What does God expect of us? Not who? You have to speak a little louder because the car's is loud. Not sin. That's a great answer. The Lord said, do not sin. Excellent answer. What we got right here? The elect for the elect. All right, so listen up. Listen at this real quick, and then we're going to go back to the precept you hold.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 4. For Jacob, my servant sake, and Israel, mine elect.
So Israel, the children of Israel, my brother, Kenny, right? Israel, the Lord said this is his elect. There's something expected of the elect. Go back and read why we went to the elect in the first place. Read 18, go ahead.
Luke chapter 18 in verse 5. Yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith, and shall not God avenge his own elect?
You hear that? The Lord's going to avenge his elect. Have you read this history before? Has this history been taught? You don't know what's going on here. Wow. What about here? What's going on here? They haven't taught you this? Okay. Listen. For your father and his people, this happened. Do you know how your people got over here in America? How did we get over here in America? Railroads? How about ships? Boats? Right, we came over here on boats. You know the Lord said that would happen to his children. He said that would happen to his elect if we didn't hearken. You understand that? The Lord said these people who did this to you will pay. But you got to pray for that. What's happening is right now they're trying to erase that from your memory. So that you and the children that come after you don't even know that you're supposed to know this history. It's here. It's here. The Lord said, pray for vengeance. Continue to come to him to pray and be avenged. The people who this land belongs to, this land belongs to him. This is his land. But they would call him an alien. He has to sneak over the border to get here in this land. You understand that? And they call him alien. This is his land. This was taken. The Lord said, pray for vengeance. Pray that I make that right. You ever heard of anything called reparations? How you doing, sisters? How y'all doing? Do you know what reparations are? It's to repair the damage done to your people by monetarily paying them. Right? So for all these years that we were slaves, there's people that want to fight and say, I want money. The Lord said you have to pray for vengeance. Read.
Which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily.
It's going to happen speedily. The Lord said, pray for vengeance. Read it again for the time.
I tell you that he will avenge them speedily.
He will. The true believers of the Lord knows the Lord's workings. The true believers of the Lord knows that vengeance will be served. The true believers of the Lord are serious. So serious that we are here to jeopardize our lives to show them what the truth of God is.
That's right.
Keep driving. Have your fun now. Laugh now, cry later. But we're praying for vengeance. And we're not doing it on the streets. We want to boldly teach out loud what we were taught in secret. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to be here in the corner anymore. You can threaten. You can say whatever it is you want to say. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to honor our God. We're not going to turn our back on the Lord anymore. Right, brother? Y'all love God? If y'all love God, y'all wouldn't turn y'all back on the Lord. He said, if you turn your back on me, I ain't going to justify you to the Father. I said that in so many words. What was that? Read.
I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith?
Shall he find faith? I trow not. It's hard to know. Only the Lord can answer that question. I see a few examples right here in purple. I see a few examples of the Lord when he come back saying, okay, they ready. But a lot of y'all, we need y'all to come in too so y'all don't face this. Give me Luke 19 and 27. Because it's going to be judgment. It's going to be judgment if you walk by and drive by and don't come and listen and get your questions answered. I'm making bold statements. I'm stating that this Bible is not a Bible for the Japanese man. This Bible is not a Bible for the Asian man. This Bible is not a Bible for the Caucasian man. That shit should ruffle some feathers. Pardon my French. That should ruffle some feathers.
Right.
Right? Read.
The book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 27. But those mine enemies, which were not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
You hear that? Bring hither and slay before me. The Lord saying, everybody who didn't want to hear the commandments of God and live their life according to his commandments, bring here. When he come back, he wants you. He want to see you. The Lord love you all in a special type of way. So much so, this is what he got for you, read.
And when he had thus bring hither that I and slay them before
Read it again.
But those mine enemies, which
You hear that? The Lord said he got enemies. You understand who his enemies are? Those of you who don't want to hear his commandments. Those of you who keep shopping and buying and selling on the Sabbath day, breaking the Sabbath day. Those of you celebrating Christmas. He never told you to celebrate Christmas. He actually told you not to celebrate that pagan holiday. Right? Read.
But those mine enemies, which were not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
So it's going to be a bloodbath when the Lord get back. Give me Matthew 26. Matthew 26. So what we learned today, we learned that the Lord ain't playing. We learned that the Lord is serious. We learned that there's a sacrifice that the Lord has when he come back because his enemies didn't want them being in subjection to him. So what we trying to do is put the fear of God back in our community.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with